Hello everyone, it is Kayla, back with another video. You guys had some questions, I had some answers, so I thought let's make a college Q&A part 2. If you guys haven't seen my first video and you would like to, I will have the link in the description box below. And before we get into this video, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of me. So I have them written down. These come from comments that I received / some DMs that I've gotten. Oh, here it is. Alright, so obviously I go to UC Berkeley. These questions can also just be applied to college in general, but also at the same time they're obviously specified kind of to UC Berkeley because, you know, that's where I go. You know, you'll see what I mean. The first question is loaded with words and like it's several questions into one, so let's get on with it. How was it leaving friends and family? Did you get homesick? If so, how did you overcome it? How do you keep in touch with everyone? I go to school 8 hours away from my house, or like if you were driving it would take 8 hours. It's not too far, but it's also not close enough to just come home on the weekends. I mean, I guess unless you got that shmoney, which I don't, so yeah. It wasn't too sad leaving friends because they were also leaving. My close friends are up north, actually, like San Francisco and Sacramento, so they are still far from me, and if I was to stay home, I would still be far away from them. I wouldn't have got to spend more time with them if I stayed closer to home. Family, I'm an only child, so I am close to my parents, and it was hard at first because my parents have, you know, they've coddled me for a long time because I was their golden egg, the only one that ever hatched. So I do miss them, and it does get hard sometimes. Like I was complaining to my mom the other day because I felt kind of lonely and like I just wanted to go home, but nothing too unbearable. And that's just me personally though. Obviously everyone reacts differently. Some people get very, very homesick. I do get homesick sometimes, but I'm not consistently homesick, you know. I kind of just have way too many things to do and too many things on my plate and on my mind to like waste 24/7 being homesick. So if you are homesick, just keep yourself busy, make friends, talk to people, and you'll be good. / I also FaceTime my mom at least once or twice every week. So yeah. How do I keep in touch with everyone? Well, my mom and dad have sent me home during Thanksgiving break, winter break, spring break. I've been home for like, I think 1 weekend just for fun. And then my mom and my aunt have driven up here like 2 times now. So I'm seeing them decently often. I have nothing to complain about. Yeah. But of course, not everyone has financial capabilities to see each other that much, and if that's the case, you should really just try to rely on FaceTime or Skype because it's really nice to see someone face to face, even if it's through a computer screen. The second question, how much sleep do you get on average? I am a sleeper. Not necessarily, actually. I am a person that needs 8 hours of sleep almost every day. I can get away with 7, but if I have too many nights of not getting enough sleep, it'll catch up to me later and I'll have to catch up at some point. So I cannot really handle all-nighters. My brain just shuts off and I cannot. Of course, I've had a few nights where I've gotten 5 hours of sleep, and honestly that's all preventative. If you stay on top of your work, you do not have to pull all-nighters. It's only when you're waiting till the last minute that it kind of catches up to you and you gotta do the work. So on average, I do usually get 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night. closer to midterms / bigger projects, I might have to stay up, sleep a little less because I procrastinated. But other than that, I go to sleep usually around 12, and then I wake up at 8. Unless I have 8 a.m.s, then those are the nights that usually I'll get 7 hours of sleep. But I am pretty consistent with my sleeping because I make it a priority. I know that I need the sleep, and so I make it happen. Also though, if I do need to do a lot more work, I don't stay up late because my mind just cannot keep working when it's just completely run down. So I will sleep and then wake up at 5 or 6 a.m. to like finish up my work before class, because that's just what works best for me. I'm more of a morning person than I am a night owl, but you just gotta kind of see what works best for you. Next question is, how many classes do you have in total? This semester I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 classes, and 4, 8, 12, 15 units. There are 1 unit courses, so it doesn't necessarily matter how many classes I'm taking, but it's the units that really determine the workload. The more units you have, the more time that gets put into the classes and homework. Next question is, what are essential things to bring to college? Well, an essential tip is you need less than you are going to bring, which I have learned the hard way. My closet is packed with things that I don't need, so it just gives me extra stress in a small confined space. Another essential is a computer. It sounds obvious, but I've met quite a few people that don't have one, and I just feel like it's so much easier because we have homework to do almost every day. So I guess if you're okay with leaving your dorm room to go use a computer every night, then it'll work out. But I feel like a good, efficient computer is definitely something to invest in. Another thing you might want before coming here is a bike or a scooter or a skateboard. It makes long distances much easier. You don't have to walk everywhere. There are buses and Uber, but sometimes a good old bike is the best way to get from point A to point B. A luxury item to have, if you can have one, is a printer. I am the only one in my room, in my triple, that has a printer, but let me tell you, it has come in handy when I finish things late or don't have time to run to a printer, or yeah, it's just saved my butt a million times. I love having a printer in my room. I will bring my printer again next year. It's not an essential, but it's nice to have, and my roommates have needed to use it a few times too. So the last question that I'm going to answer today is, what do I usually eat? I made a what I eat in a day video a couple months ago. I will link that down below as well. So my dorm room comes with a standard meal plan, which means I have a certain amount of points to eat at the dining hall or spend at their like mini grocery stores. The standard meal plan has been more than enough for me, so I don't really see a need in getting the deluxe standard plan or like the more expensive ones, because it's been enough and you kind of get tired of eating the same stuff all the time, so you will want to like switch it up. When I don't eat at the dining hall, I usually eat breakfast in my dorm. I eat like oatmeal, or I will get a bagel from the den, or I'll just eat fruit. I keep it pretty light. Unless I have time, I'll make a smoothie bowl, things like that. Lunch, I usually will go to the grocery store and maybe get a salad, or I get the frozen meals, and sometimes I will eat like the lasagna that they sell. or I will like eat a PB&J. And then dinner, I usually just go to the dining hall and eat there unless I'm going out to eat. But I only go out to eat maybe once a week, if that. Sometimes I'm feeling like treating myself, okay? Not gonna lie. Those are all the questions I'm going to answer today. I hope you guys found this helpful. Please ask any other questions you have down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!